Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Nuff Tings with Nuff Tings Speaks. Now, I didn't want to do a video on this myself, but I was thinking about it because people are saying to me, yo, Nuff, real shit, what do you think? And I was explaining to people what I thought of this, but now I think to myself, man, maybe I should really speak out. So, rumor has it that Scopely is looking to buy Pokemon Go from Niantic, right? So, let me give you a little bit of background because I'm noticing that nobody's really talking about like certain things. Like I'm not going to get into specifics. Like I know it's like 3.6 or something billion or something. But one of the things I have my own personal interaction with Scopely. So here's the thing. Scopely, if you guys don't know, is a gigantic company. It's Saudi Arabian, right? Actually, I didn't know this until what I read about Pokemon Go. So before I get into that, here's the thing. About a week or two ago, I was talking to one of these Pogo players that I play with, real smart dude, and we were talking about how, because this has been the on and off conversation when it comes to Pokemon Go and how they have no like all these limits on tickets, like stuff you can buy. So, for instance, like okay, you know how you would figure a company is trying to take all your money would allow remote rates to be unlimited. Like you, instead of having five a day, you would have, unlimited, maybe 30, 20, that kind of stuff. But it's only for like special events. So they give you like 20. Like for instance, Hoopa last week, you got 20. Was it last week? Yeah. You got 20. So it's like, okay, we were talking about it and he was like, the thing I don't understand about people is that us and when we buy stuff isn't anything to Niantic's bottom line. And here's the thing. People forget that Niantic isn't making their money from us buying stuff. It's the data they're selling. They're selling data. That's literally what they're doing, right? Like when we had that incident a couple months ago or 6 months ago, or whatever. Not an incident, but they're talking about um, that issue that people were complaining that they were selling data and whatever. I can't remember how it goes, but it's like, what did you think, bro? Like this whole time when you were scanning Pokestops and all that, what did you think was going on? Like it was literally them selling data. That's all they're doing. That's why they can give you passes so easily and not give a crap. And they would put limits on everything. If they were out to get all your money, they would have everything unlimited. And you know this, so don't tell me, oh, you're wrong. No, these companies are out to make money, but they don't need to make money. Our money is so like minuscule to them that they don't give a crap. And literally, that's really what it is. They're selling data. They're selling data. They're not selling anything else but data. That's all they're selling, right? Now, my thing with Scopely is I don't know how they run now, but this Scopely thing honestly could be good. I think it might actually be good. And let me tell you why. I know I've never played Monopoly Go. I know that's a Scopely product. I've never played it, but I heard it sucks. See, the thing about Scopely is a lot of their games are shit. Like literally, they're terrible. They don't work for crap. I know that they had a WWE game. That game was booty. But if you hear from people, they'll tell you that you have to spend a lot of money to play the game. Now, the game that I did play, and I can give you a lot of feedback on, is Marvel Strike Force. So the reason why I say Scopely being, the head honcho now of this game might be good is because Marvel Strike Force was very big on community input, right? So if you don't know Marvel Strike Force, it's like a turn-based um, Marvel game, right? When I stopped playing, I think Doctor Strange had just come out, like the bad one, the one from What If? Can't remember his name, but he had just came out, and I just stopped playing. The reason why I stopped playing, it's so expensive, and I mean, let's say a new character comes out, like you don't have to do this, right? But I was actually doing content for it too, and then I deleted everything after because I was like, this is garbage. So Marvel Strike Force, let's say, for instance, tomorrow, um, a new Groot comes out. Oh, you don't know Groot. A new Captain America comes out, and it's like the one from Brave New World. So it's a black Captain America, not Sam Wilson, but the other one, um, the one with the super soldier serum. Let's say he comes out. You have to do like pulls, right? To get like I can't remember. So you have to do pulls to get something, right? To unlock him and stuff, right? It would cost you $69.99 Canadian, right? It's probably $79.99 now. So, and a new character came out like every 2 weeks. I don't know if it's more now. Like this is what I played like 4 years ago. So I can only imagine how much it costs now. So it was really bad. Like the amount of money you had to spend to be any good was ridiculous. See, Pogo doesn't really have that problem, so I'm not worried about that. The thing that I think is going to be good is how they handle the community. So back to what I was saying about that. So they would have helicarriers, and that was the group that was doing YouTube. So let's say, for instance, okay, so you see how Pokemon Go is structured, right? You would take those YouTubers, so like a Brandon Tan, a Mystic, and all those YouTubers, and they would get them in like a conference call, and they would talk to them and get ideas and whatever, and then they would tell them things that are happening soon, but they can't disclose it. Because I do remember this one guy, his name was Boylon. He then told somebody in his Discord what they told him, and they cut him out like right away. They're like, no, you weren't supposed to say anything. And then he put up some videos of him being all mad, and then other guys from the helicarrier were talking crap about him, saying like you fucked it up yourself. So the big one that was part of them, I don't know if he still does it now. I can't remember his name, but he had like a whole channel dedicated to Marvel Strike Force, and he had like it was like his broadcast was like a TV. I cannot remember his name for the life of me, but he would always talk about the helicarrier and all that. So that's the one thing I don't think Pogo has. Like I don't see that as being a bad thing where they would inform the people that do YouTube and do content, or like it wasn't only the people that did content. Like if you spent a lot of money on Marvel Strike Force, you were in that conference call. Like if you were like a high roller and you were really involved, you were a part of that. So they would get input from the people that spent the most money. I don't know how that would work with Pokemon Go, but if they take the people that are, I guess you would call like the OGs in there. So like even the people that have the YouTube channels, like the big ones, right? Like not me, like I'm nothing, but like the big ones, and they would all have them conversate and talk. The thing is too, if they do it right, since it's a Saudi company, I could see them having a Go Fest in Saudi Arabia. Like seriously, like that would be because I do remember what like a couple months ago, like 4 months ago, they had the Mewtwo event in Saudi Arabia for like their opening. So them wanting to like for them releasing the game in Saudi Arabia, I could see them that they saw a lot of people liked it, so they decided to buy it now. I mean, nothing could happen. It could just be bullshit, right? But having more interaction with you know the devs, Scopely, as in like instead of like if Niantic gets bought out, would not be a bad thing. Like letting people know beforehand. And I think what they did too is they would tell them beforehand, and then these guys could have their content come out early and probably say, "Oh yeah, we think this is going to happen" and whatever. But that's not a bad thing. I don't know if they would charge you $70 for a new character. That doesn't seem because it's not built like that. It's not like you buy a character. You buy raid passes and stuff to get a Pokemon that is new or a Pokemon that came out before. So it's not like you're sitting there spending $70. Like, I mean, I see people with 620 premium passes. So I mean, I guess they're spending that much money, but I don't think it's a bad thing. Now, will they raise the prices of the passes? I don't know. The reason why I don't think they would is because even though, like, okay, a Marvel game, I noticed that Marvel doesn't really say much. They allow the developers to do whatever they want. I don't know if you guys remember, there was a Marvel game that got shut down. It was like Marvel Avengers Assemble or something like that. Not the one that was on Xbox. It was a mobile. Well, it was a PC game first, and then they put it on the consoles. The CEO apparently was like being perverted to like his employees or something. Like it was like some weird crap like that. So Disney pulled the plug on it, right? They only get involved when it's something drastic. So I could understand that Scopely has a lot more say in what they do with Marvel Strike Force and Monopoly and all that because, those companies don't really care. But the thing about um, Pokemon Go is that it's a Nintendo product, right? Game Freak, right? And Nintendo is all about the kids, right? So they might not allow them to like up the prices, but they might do it where it's unlimited, right? But now you have Scopely running with that data too, right? So I think it's more like they want the data so they can sell it and make more money. I mean, that's pretty much what I think about it. Like, I think that that would be the big thing that they would do. It wouldn't really be like Pokemon Go. Oh yeah, we want this and we want to put Pikachu in a special garment or some crap like that. It wouldn't be like that. It would be more the data. That's really what they're going for. They don't care about us or anybody. They care about them, their money, and their data. You know what I'm saying? Money more important than us. Our money more important than them. They rather money over anything else, and they have the data and they can sell it to anybody. Make more money. Rich people all they want to do is make more money, pretty much, right? So I see it like being it could be a good thing. As time goes on, it might not go through. It could be bull crap. It could be anything, right? But if Scopely buys them, I don't really see being a bad thing. I could also see maybe they would get the rights to then release their own type of game, something else, and some simple crap like that. But I could be wrong. But my issues with them with Marvel Strike Force was that it was too much spending. Like it was ridiculous. I spend less on Pokemon Go and I spend way more time playing it than I did Marvel Strike Force. Marvel Strike Force is costing me a lot every month. And I was like, nah, I can't do this. Like, it just doesn't, even if you're making money, it doesn't even seem like a good investment because the reason why I stick with Pokemon Go, there's a simple reason why. At least with Pokemon Go, not costume Pokemon or armored Mewtwo or, not the Gigantamax Pokemon, but you can put those in Pokemon Home and use them in regular Pokemon games, right? Like mainline games. Once Marvel Strike Force goes down, you lose everything. Once Monopoly Go goes down, you lose everything. At least with Pokemon, you can save the ones that aren't restricted. So you got that Hundo Mewtwo, level 50, not Shadow, it's a regular Mewtwo, and you powered him up to level 50, he's perfect IV'd, you can then put him in home. And you can keep him forever. And that's the cool thing about it. That's why if Pokemon Go goes down, you still can keep them. Now you're gonna lose the costumes and all that. I'm like, whoa, like you're gonna lose that. Even though that would be now, wouldn't that be cool if you could have the costume Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet? Like, come on, that would be cool. Like, come on, like you're telling me you wouldn't want to run an armored Mewtwo in a level 20 armored Mewtwo in a playthrough of Scarlet and Violet or Sword and Shield? Come on. You would like it. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me now. You'd like it. That would be cool as hell. Right? So that's why I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's bad. I think it'll be fine. But at least if Pokemon Go dies, you can keep your Pokemon. I mean, there you go. At least unless you were just a Pokemon Go player, then I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. Life's hard, but life mosh. But we'll see how this goes. I'm hoping that it goes for us to be able to play the game. Maybe they'll put so much money into the game so that we don't have any more glitches and the game runs proper. And maybe we'll have more events and maybe they'll give out like free stuff, like better stuff. Like maybe when you do the 7-day research, you get remote passes instead of anything else. Like, do you know what I mean? Maybe Pokemon will come out because I heard it. I used to have them before I used to play. So I mean, maybe they'll recycle all the old events that happen where you got like Armored Mewtwo and the clone Pokemon and all this old stuff so that the Saudis can get it. That could be great. Like, if you really think about it for new players, it will be cool for them to recycle some of those old Pokemon because people be selling those online on eBay and stuff, and they're selling for a lot of money. So it's like, that might be a good thing. Anywho, that was my rant on this. So let me know your thoughts down below if you have any. If anybody watches this, if you do, I thank you so much for supporting, and I'll see you in the next video.